Fellow franchise gamers, welcome to another episode of Minnesota Twins Franchise. This is episode 79. Guys, we are almost a year and a half into this ongoing Twins franchise. We got a 3-game series with the Tampa Bay Rays coming up at Target Field. I made the mistake last episode of saying it was on the road at the Trop. My mistake, it is a home series against the Tampa Bay Rays. Tyler Duffey takes the hill in the opener, making his 11th start of the season. His ERA is at 5.61 and a 1.45 whip. Not the best numbers, but better than last year for Tyler Duffey. Drew Smyly goes for the Tampa Bay Rays, making his 15th start. He's 3-6 with a 3.97 ERA. 75 hits and 70 and a third innings for him. We get things started off in the second inning here. Jorge Polanco, batting .287 with a home run and 3 driven in on the season, is up with the bases loaded and 1 out, and he's going to line it to the right side for a base hit. 1 run comes in to score, and the Twins jump out to a 1-0 lead. Byron Buxton steps in now. He drives one into center field. Kevin Kiermaier is camped underneath it. He'll make the catch. Runner tagging is Danny Santana heading to the plate. An incredible throw by Kevin Kiermaier gets him at the plate at the end of the second. Twins lead 1-0. 6th inning. Taylor Motter, batting .182, steps in with runners on second and third and 2 outs, and Motter lines it through the middle into center field. 1 run scores, another's coming around third and will score as well. And the Rays take a 2-1 lead on the 2 RBI single for Taylor Motter. Drew Smyly now with the bases loaded, facing John Ryan Murphy. And John Ryan Murphy with the swinging bunt. There's 2 outs, and so Murphy beats out the throw to allow the run to come in to score to tie up the game. And the Rays make a pitching change. Blake Snell comes in, making his 6th start. No decisions yet for him on the year. And he's facing Emilio Bonifacio with 2 outs and the bases loaded. And Bonifacio lines it into center field, but it's going to hang up long enough for Kiermaier to haul it in. So the Twins strand 3 runners, and that could come back to haunt them. 7th inning now. Eduardo Nunez, batting .268 on the year, a .315 on base percentage. Runner on third with 1 out, and Nunez grounds it to the left side. Longoria comes to the plate, but it's not in time as Jorge Polanco comes in to score. 19th RBI on the year for Eduardo Nunez. At the end of 7, the Twins lead it 3-2. We go to the 8th now. Twins trying to close the door on this one. Brandon Kinsler on. He's got a 2.62 ERA. He is the setup guy for us, making his 35th appearance on the year. Runners on first and second, and Taylor Motter turns it around to left field. That one's deep, and it is gone. The first major league home run in the career of Taylor Motter, and it is a big one. A 3-run home run that gives the Rays a 5-3 lead late in the game. And the Rays go on to win it 5-3. The losing pitcher is Kevin Segrist, who allowed the go-ahead run on that home run. Blake Snell gets the win for the Rays. Taylor Motter 2 for 4 with 5 RBIs and a home run on the day. A big game for him. And the Rays improved to 33-42. All right, guys, who is leading Major League Baseball in getting hit by pitches? Who is getting drilled more? Will Myers, Nelson Cruz, or is it our own Danny Santana? Stick with us. After this next game, we will find out which one of these guys is getting plunked the most. Game number 76, second game of this 3-game series. From Target Field, Phil Hughes takes the mound. ERA is at 4.52 in 93 innings. He is 5-8 on the year. This is his 16th start of 2017. Chris Archer, who is 8-4 with a 3.70 ERA. He's having a pretty good year, a 1.27 whip. 92 Ks to 32 walks. He's definitely a strikeout pitcher. And we get this one started in the 5th inning with Kurt Casale, the Rays catcher, at the plate with runners on second and third and 1 out. Phil Hughes to Casale, who grounds it to the shortstop, Eduardo Nunez. Play on to first will retire Casale, but the run comes in to score, and the Rays jump out to a 1-0 lead. On to the 7th. Steven Souza Jr., batting .247 on the year. With nobody on, nobody out, a 1-2 count, and Steven Souza Jr. swings over the top of a fastball. A very good outing for Phil Hughes to this point in the 7th inning, only trailing 1-0.
First baseman, Pedro Alvarez.
But the next batter, Pedro Alvarez, on an 0-1 count, drives it to the opposite field. Danny Santana's looking up, and that one is into the seats, about 15 rows up. 9th home run of the year for Pedro Alvarez, a one-time Pittsburgh Pirates prospect. And the Rays lead it 2-0. 8th inning now. Joe Mauer steps in. He's batting .272 with 7 home runs, 34 driven in. He represents the tying run, but he's going to ground it to the shortstop, onto second, onto first. The double play ends the inning. And at the end of the 8th, it's still Rays 2, Twins nothing. 9th inning now. Twins trying to keep this within reach for the bottom of the 9th. Steven Souza Jr. into the box with a runner on second and 1 out. Phil Hughes is still on the mound, and he may have thrown 1 pitch too many. This one's back at the wall, and it's going to bounce off the bottom of the wall. The right fielder runs into the wall. Buxton, here's the relay to the plate, and it's not in time. The run scores. That's Desmond Jennings that comes in to score, and Souza Jr. makes it 3-0 for the Rays. Trevor May comes in now to spell Phil Hughes. It's 4-0 Tampa Bay. With a runner on second, here's a base hit up the middle. Runner coming around third. Here comes the throw from center field, and it is up the first baseline. Alvarez comes in to score. RBI there by Logan Forsythe. Logan Forsythe. With the RBI, the Rays win. Chris Archer throws a complete game shutout, going 9 innings, giving up 6 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts on the day. Phil Hughes picks up his 9th loss. And the Rays take over the season series lead 3-2. Pedro Alvarez, a big game for Tampa, 3 for 4 with a home run, a double, and 2 RBIs. Logan Forsythe with an RBI, and Steven Souza Jr. with an RBI. All right, which one of these guys is getting drilled the most? Will Myers, Nelson Cruz, or is it Danny Santana, who has been hit twice in this series against the Rays? And it is Danny Santana. He has been hit by pitches 8 times this year. And second is Luis Valbuena, tied with Chris Davis. So a couple of our guys are getting drilled a lot. We're going to move on and talk about a little GM business. We're looking at second baseman here today. Within our organization, obviously the top one is Brian Dozier, who overall is an 88. He's extremely durable, fantastic power, an adequate fielding second baseman. His contract is really a steal when you compare it to Joe Mauer's $23 million. It's at $5.3 million a year for the next 3 years. Behind him, though, it gets a little bit sketchy. Ryan Flaherty, longtime Major League veteran, is at the AAA level. In his first year of 2 years remaining on a $600,000 a year contract, Herbert De La Rosa down at AA was a draft pick last season. He is at 70 overall already, only at 19 years old. His ceiling might not be super high. His potential is a C, but he is developed quite a ways for his age. James Beresford, also at AA. His potential is a D, probably a career minor leaguer. Decent durability for him. And Stephen Wickens is down at the single A level. His potential is also a D. He has okay speed, pretty adequate fielder, but we are pretty thin at the second base position. We're going to look at some potential acquisitions. These are guys we may be able to swing in some type of deal at the trade deadline. Alex Yarbrough in the Los Angeles Angels organization, playing for the Salt Lake Bees. He looks like somebody that could develop. He's 25 years old, from Texas. He's on a renewable contract. Frederick Rowland in the Seattle Mariners organization. His potential is a B. He's 20 years old, very good durability, good contact, and he is also on a renewable contract for $60,000 a year. Arizmendi Alcantara, his overall is a 72. He is on the bench for the Chicago Cubs right now. His potential is a B. And we could look at him if we're looking for guys that are more major league ready. Arizmendi Alcantara. Also, Tony Renda is on the Cincinnati Reds roster, a young second baseman, 67 overall. He's got very good plate vision, good contact hitter. He is also pretty cheap at $60,000 a year on a renewable contract. If we're looking for projects, Alvin Ledford. He is 20 years old from Jamaica. Potential is an A, but he is at single A ball right now for the Milwaukee Brewers. And he is also on a renewable contract of $64,000 a year. Alan Hansen is on the Pittsburgh Pirates bench. His potential is an A. He's 75 overall. Again, this is a guy that is major league ready and could blossom into a star in the next couple of years. And it would probably take giving up a little bit to get a guy like Alan Hansen. But it is within the realm of possibility. Forrest Wall, he's a potential of B. He's at the AAA level right now, the Albuquerque Isotopes. Left-handed batter, and he is durable and a pretty good contact hitter as well. So those are the second basemen we could be looking at as we get to the final game of this 3-game series with the Rays, trying to salvage a win out of this series and avoid being swept, with Tyler Chatwood on the hill, making his 9th start. He's 1-5 on the year. He'll face Alex Cobb, who's making his 15th start, looking to go above 500 as he's at 6-6 with a 3.44 ERA in 89 innings. He has a 1.21 whip for the Rays. We get this one underway in the first inning. Kevin Kiermaier at the plate. He's batting .256, 6 home runs and 25 driven in. Nobody out yet. Runners on first and second, and Kiermaier drives it into the corner. That one is off the wall. It's dug out of the corner by Max Kepler. Runner coming around third and scores. Another one coming to the plate, and not even close, as Desmond Jennings is thrown out by a mile on the relay, but the Rays do get one run across. Steven Souza Jr. now, batting .249 with 7 home runs, 25 driven in. With a runner at third base and 1 out on a 1-1 count, here's the delivery from Tyler Chatwood. And Steven Souza Jr. lines it to right. Max Kepler is just going to go to second with it, and another run will tag up and score. That's Steven Souza Jr. coming in. Or, excuse me, it was Kiermaier coming in to score. Here's a drive deep to left field with a runner on second, and that one is going to give the Rays a 4-0 lead. A home run off of Tyler Chatwood for Steven Souza Jr. It's his 8th of the year. And more RBIs for Souza Jr. on the day. It's 4-0 Rays in the middle of 3. We go to the 5th now. Sean Marshall on to replace Tyler Chatwood. His ERA is down to 4.02. He's doing a little bit better in the mop-up role. Maybe not as much pressure, but with runners on all the bases, he gets a pop fly to right field. Max Kepler takes care of it, and the Twins get out of the inning with only 2 runs given up, which has to be considered a win considering the situation they were in. On to the 6th inning now. Evan Longoria, who's been relatively quiet in this series, usually is a Twins killer. He does drive in the run here, though, with a base hit into left field. The run scores, and it is 5-0 Tampa Bay. Trevor May comes on now. He's got a 3.22 ERA in 32 games. Still 5-0, runners on first and second. Base hit down the third base line. That one's going to roll all the way into the corner. Danny Santana digs it out. Another runner coming around third. Here is the relay, and the throw is in time, but John Ryan Murphy drops it, and Logan Morrison drives in 2 more for the Rays. The Rays go on to win this one by a blowout score of 10-2. They improve to 35-42. We fall to 33-44. The Rays win the season series 4-2. We don't meet again this year. Tyler Chatwood with the loss, Alex Cobb with the win, Max Kepler went 2 for 4, Eduardo Nunez 3 for 5 with a pair of RBIs for us, Steven Souza Jr. with 5 RBIs on the day. Next up for us, guys, the Kansas City Royals will close out this short 6-game homestand in episode number 80. I hope you'll join us for that. We'll get it out to you as soon as we possibly can. It shouldn't be too much longer in the future before we get that one out. Thanks, guys. Hope you're enjoying Twins franchise. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you for the Royals-Twins episode a little bit later.